What's up YouTube, Playmatter here, and this video is going to be mostly about this flowchart. Before we start, I just wanted to show you my channel page. I'm not sure if you've seen it from here or whether you just click on links as you see them posted. So I watched some YouTube videos and learned how to add a trailer, and if you're subscribed I think you get a what to watch next box. And then I've made a playlist for each of my segments. So we've got the deck profiles, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Readings for you, which is what this is. How to Yu-Gi-Oh! Which is an older segment that I will be revisiting. Some DN duels, the next of which will be me playing Shaddoll deck. The next of which will be me playing the Shaddoll deck. And all my Yu-Gi-Oh! Product openings. For now it's just these 3 tin videos. I really do love the Mega Tin. Okay, so I'm just going to literally talk through this graph and kind of explain and kind of discuss how you can use this graph. So, the game state is open. The turn player may perform any appropriate action. So people call this a closed game state. It's not. This is the open game state. Every phase and step begins here. Okay, so we're going to follow the first arrows on the left. Turn player takes an action that does not start a chain. So a normal summon, a set of a monster, a set of any card, special summon that doesn't start a chain, so an inherent special summon, declare an attack, or change battle position. There's other things that don't start chains as well, but that's quite a good list. So as soon as that happens, we ask, does this activate a triggered effect? If the answer is yes, you start a chain, and then things can be chained to it, so that would be chain link 1, chain link 2, chain link 3, etc. So most of you know that the last card to activate in the chain resolves first. And if the answer is no from does this activate a triggered effect? Triggered effects are on monsters, continuous spells, or traps. XYZ summoning doesn't start a chain, so turn player summons Evil Storm Exciton Knight. There's no triggered effect activated. The turn player can activate a fast effect. So the turn player gets the opportunity to use Evil Storm Exciton Knight no matter what your opponent's response is, because it is a fast effect. So you cannot use Super Polymerization until the turn player has passed up on their opportunity to activate a fast effect. The chain then occurs, and in that scenario we have Evil Swarm Exciton Knight being chain link 1, and Super Polymerization being chain link 2, which would then resolve. Super Polymerization goes off, and then Evil Swarm Exciton Knight would resolve with effect and destroy all other cards on the field. And since it's a light, and if you're playing Shaddolls, then you would be making a construct, your construct would be destroyed. If neither the turn player or the opponent wish to activate a fast effect, then and the opponent passes, we go back up to the open game state. Then there's simply turn player activates a card that does start a chain, form a chain. Quite simple. And finally we'll go down the last column. So this is the procedure when you want to move to the battle phase, or to the battle step, or to the damage step. So let's say, okay, ending main phase 1, that's the turn player passing. If the opponent activates a fast effect, we start a chain again, and we go back round, and we're still in the main phase. If the opponent doesn't activate anything, and both players agree to move to the next phase or step, then we move to the next phase or step. Okay, so I gave an example of the Evil Swarm Exciton Knight versus Super Poly on the left hand side. On the right hand side, I want to talk about the battle phase. Okay, so this might be a little complicated, but this is literally how every battle technically works. This is a player attacking. Does this activate a triggered effect? No. Turn player can activate a fast effect first, and let's say no, you're not going to do anything. The most likely thing to happen when you declare an attack is opponent activates a fast effect, whether it's Breakthrough Skill or Mirror Force or any card like that. Traps are fast effects, quick play spell cards are fast effects, and spell speed 2 monsters are fast effects. Let's say the opponent activates a Dimensional Prison, and the turn player chains a Wiretap. Now that's a counter trap, so spell and traps that aren't counter traps can't be activate in response. So that chain would resolve, and after the chain resolves, we have an attacking monster. It's already declared its attack. You can no longer activate cards based on its attack declaration. So you can't activate things like Mirror Force. We stay in the battle step until both players have passed and agreed to move into the damage step. So there can actually be a number of chains during each battle step. So Dimensional Prison responding to the attack declaration was the first chain. The wiretap negates the Dimensional Prison and the chain resolves. It's important to know that when the chain resolves, we don't go back to an open state just yet. Both players have to pass again. So does this activate a trigger effect? No. 10 player can activate a fast effect. The opponent can activate a fast effect. Let's say they both pass. Let's say we have a second chain. We're in the battle step still. The 10 player now wants to activate Book of Moon on the monster it's attacking. The opponent can chain anything they like, and the chain resolves. When the chain resolves, we go back down this line. Does this activate a triggered effect? No. 10 player can activate another fast effect. The opponent can activate another fast effect. Let's say they both pass. Okay, so next we want to find out if we are okay to go into the damage step. So to move into the damage step, the 10 player must pass, the opponent must pass. Both players then have to agree to pass into the damage step. We then move into the damage step and apply this logic to everything else for the rest of the whole turn. So yeah, here's the chart. I believe you can find it in the rulebook and online. But going through this chart was kind of spurred on through an Evil Swarm Exciton Knight versus Super Poly question. So hopefully that's now answered. And this should help answer a lot of questions. If you ask a question on my YouTube videos, it will always get answered. So I'm going to roll on to Dueling Network to show you that. Okay guys, so here we are. We actually have 2 questions. Okay, so the first question was with Magical Spring. Is it a cost to discard? It has problem solving card text and there is no colon, so no, there is no cost to this card. Draw a number of cards equal to the number of face-up spell or trap cards your opponent controls. Then discard a number of cards equal to the number of face-up spell or trap cards you control. So if you're discarding Shaddolls, you will get their effects from this card. I'll just read out the end of the effect. Until the end of your opponent's next turn after this card's activated, spell trap cards your opponent controls can't be destroyed by battle or by card effect. Also, their activation and effects cannot be negated. You can only activate 1 Magical Spring per turn. So hopefully that's cleared that up for you. The last question is, can you Trap Tricks, Trap Hole Nightmare, Blackluster Envoy's second attack? The answer is no. It's a trigger effect which activates in the damage step, and Trap Tricks, Trap Hole Nightmare cannot be activated in the damage step at all, ever. Okay, so thanks for watching this week's Yu-Gi-Oh's Rulings for You video. We'll be back next week with more individual card rulings. And if you have any questions or anything cool that came up over the weekend for you, do let me know and I will put it in my next video. Thanks for watching. Playmatter, signing out.